Hi my loves and welcome back to my sketchbook. Today I wanted to share a journal spread that I made to capture all the memories of a recent weekend trip I took with some friends to Edinburgh. I'm using supplies from this vintage ephemera shop on Etsy, which I will have linked below, but you'll see their info in a sec anyway because I used the back of the thank you card they sent with my order as part of the decoration on this page. But I ordered this bundle of miscellaneous old papers and stamps and playing cards and things, just great little items to decorate your journal pages with, and by chance one of the old pages was a map of Scotland, so it couldn't have been more appropriate. I mentioned, I think at the beginning of 2018, that one of my goals was to visit the rest of the countries in Great Britain and Ireland. I managed to get to Wales for the end of 2018 and I've dreamed of going to Scotland for so long. Then this trip happened to come out of the blue. We were actually planning on going to Budapest for my friend's birthday in January, but it ended up being too expensive to book last minute, so out of nowhere it was decided that we would do Edinburgh, and my dreams of visiting Scotland finally came true. It's funny how things work out like that. And now I just have Ireland left. And I already want to go back to Scotland, spend more time there and see some more of the country. Edinburgh is such a beautiful and vibrant city. I had such an amazing time there. We ate great food, met lovely people. We stayed in probably the nicest accommodation I've ever stayed in. It was this penthouse in one of those high-ceilinged old buildings with big windows, and we were right in the middle of everything. It couldn't have been better, and next time around I want more time to go and see the beautiful countryside as well, maybe when it's warmer. But you may have noticed, since I got back at the beginning of February, I haven't been around much on my channel. Time has found a way of flying by while I've been working on other things, and I did have to do a little bit of creative soul searching, but in the meantime I found it so valuable to give myself some time to journal like this. It always allows me to make art casually, even if it's just in the form of sticking things in. It keeps me creative. Even with this, I had to let go of wanting it to be perfect. You'll see that at least one page ends up a bit unfinished, and I'd run out of my usual glue, so the glue I used warped the pages and the pictures. But at the end of the day, I'm getting this stuff down on paper for myself to remember it all, and for the sake of the process, to enjoy it and to meditate in it. And while I do share this stuff online, I have to remind myself that, especially with more personal stuff like this, it doesn't matter if I do it how other people might want me to, or if it looks perfect in other people's eyes. The point of art journaling for me is to take all the pressure off and just stick stuff in, to do as much or as little as I want, as long as I'm doing something, right? I think it's a great way to shake the cobwebs off if you feel a bit of apprehensiveness going into your sketchbook. Just print out some nice pictures, gather up stickers or post-its or coloured bits of paper that you have, any scraps. I used these old notebooks that Ozzy brought home from work. He got them off one of the waiters. It was just the notebook that they would write orders in. And the paper is really thin and flimsy, but for this, it just worked. It tied into the food and drink theme of the page that I was working on. And once you start looking at stuff like that, nothing is junk anymore. It's just a new, exciting challenge to incorporate it into your journal. The envelope I used was from a letter that one of you guys sent me. I keep all that stuff, and it's just great to be able to reuse it, to immortalise even just an envelope in the pages of my sketchbook. We went to this amazing little shop called Black Moon Botanica. They sold things like tarot cards and crystals and candles, and the women in there were so kind and helpful, and I bought the nicest smelling candle ever. The candle came with care instructions, and instead of losing that bit of paper, I was able to make it a decorative part of this spread as well. And now I'll remember that place, and when that candle's all burnt out, I will still have this sketchbook. And the shop owner said that she's setting up an online shop soon, so I eagerly anticipate being able to buy more candles and things from her. But I can feel myself rambling now, as I do. I think that I do that the most when I haven't spoken to you in a while, but I'm glad to be back. I'm getting back into a rhythm. I've got a lot planned for the rest of the year, and I'm really starting to feel like I'm building momentum at last. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I will leave you with the sounds of my journaling, and I will see you soon for the next one. Bye.